So you've just gotten your first project car home and you're now ready to start restoring it, but where do you actually start? And as you're thinking this, you turn, you knock and destroy all the chrome that's on the car. So today I'm going to be showing you how to remove all the chrome stripping and badges from an old car without damaging it. Right, the first and easiest thing that we're going to be working with today is these two back fins, and they just come off with a couple of screws. There's the other one, that's the top. Now the reason why I'm putting this bracket basically back together is because it just makes everything so much easier, because then in 9 months or a year or however long this car takes you, it means that everything's back the way it should be. And just makes the rebuild process so much easier, so you're not second guessing everything. Alright, so now you've got a part here, but you don't, but if you were just to put that on the shelf, I can guarantee you after 9 months you'd have absolutely no idea what this is for.
Well, maybe not this part because it's pretty obvious where it goes, but you get the idea.
So I'm going to go and show you the way that I've stored all my parts, especially for Holy, and this is the absolute life changer. Let me go grab what we need.
And after raiding your mum's kitchen and your dad's pen supply, we are ready to rock and roll.
And this is the way to store all parts. What is this side? Right hand side, chrome, wing. Right. And then put everything in this bag, including all of your bolts. Well, that was definitely not gonna fit. It doesn't quite fit in the bag, but that doesn't really matter. But we know exactly what this thing is. It's got all the hardware in there, so that when we take this out to put it back on the car, it's all there. So let's just chuck that here. All right. Let's go have a look at the other side then. Nice. And that's exactly why we're removing all this chrome, because if something like that happens and you put a massive gouge in something like this, good luck finding that in 2025. Right, that's that back bit done. We should get these tail lights out. This one's actually already been damaged, you can see that here, but this is something you definitely easily smash. Let's get this out. And there we go. Oh, some of the glue that they used to fix this has run down and glued that to that. Shouldn't be actually doing that though. Let's get this out as well then. See if we can make this a complete unit together. Aha. Let's focus on getting all this back together. Right, now these can just go inside the bag, but I'd want to be putting this and putting these two together, just so that everything goes together nicely. Right, let's go and bag that up. Alright, let's have a look and see how bad the rust is in here while we got this all apart. What do we got? Oh yeah, we knew that rust was there. That's in this bottom corner, just there. What else we got? Ooh, there could be some sitting along that shelf just at that back spot over there. Otherwise, it's actually not that bad. What about up? Oh, what's up in there? And I don't think the camera can see up there, but when I had a quick look before, I reckon this whole shelf on this outside's all rusted out. I reckon that hole there goes the whole way around, so that could be very bad. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but let's keep on moving. Now this reflector and the indicator down the front are not factory at all, so I don't think we're putting these ones back on. So let's just get this one off. We'll still bag and tag it, but yeah, I don't think this one's coming back on. All right, now let's see if we can get this old Safari badge off, but to get to it, let's take this panel off. All right, now this should just come off. Oh, sweet. Now, I don't actually know if these speakers are actually factory, but what I do know is that the wiring that this is all from my grandpa. So that's usually means not factory, but he's given me no connectors or anything, so I have to cut them off. But we'll cut it off so we can resolder it pretty easily. Now, we don't need to bag this because it's too big, but we will bag the clips for it all, and we'll sticky tape them to this panel. Stick that onto that, and then we'll go store that. Now with that back panel out, we can access these two little washer looking things, and the way to remove that badge is to get a pair of bullnose pliers and clamp onto that and twist it, and it should just twist off like a screw.
Oh, how wrong I was. Because after sitting there for 1 to 2 business days twisting the little clip, this happened. But that just wasn't the end of it, was it? Dad and I were still pretty determined it was a twist-off clip, so he gave it a go.
It's coming. Oh.
Yeah, let's just say we learnt the hard way.
Oh, so I officially have made my first mistake, and it's not a costly one, but it's something that I'm just going to let you guys know if you're ever restoring a car. Me and Dad both snapped off the backs of them because we thought that these little metal clips just screw on and screw off, but they're push on, that's it, never come off gig, which we didn't know. Fortunately, this is actually quite an easy fix. When it comes to time, we'll probably actually even just double side tape it like the modern cars. Badges are all mounted, but we'll see. But good thing to know. Yeah, well, there's my first mistake made. I know I said in the video that I wouldn't damage anything, but I guess you gotta learn somehow. Strips of chrome like here and in these two doors, I know we can't get off without taking the door cards off and etc. So we're gonna leave these two bits of chrome there. I know this badge should come off pretty easily. Yuck, seriously. That'll definitely need to be stuck back on. We'll have to bag that. We'll bag these two together. Alright, let's see if we can take this chrome stripping off then. If we can't get the rest of them off, that's fine for now, but let's see if we can pop this one off. Now with chrome stripping, it's very delicate, so you're going to be super careful. Try and get yourself a plastic prying tool, and this will scratch and damage before this does, because this is obviously tougher than this. Now there is a bolt in there I'm going to have to undo. That looks like a 10mm bolt. I sound like one of those people who's been smoking their whole lives and they go, I've been smoking for 37 years. Here is my life story. Hang on to that. Just check. There's no other bolts holding it on. No, they're all push-on clips. So, in theory, this should just off. Oh, good catch, Corbin. First bit of rust we didn't know about, right there. That little tiny little dot there, those two, I reckon that'll be about that big. Because look, she's not very strong. Oh, already. Alright, what else we got? Apart from that though, not too bad. That's a pretty easy fix to be honest, but when you buy a car, there's always a lot more rust than you can see on the surface level. Good job not damaging that as it came off. I'm also a really good catch, thank you. Let's bag and tag those two badges to the right hand side. Where is my screwdriver? Alright, well moving forward we can't take off any of this without taking off the inner door cards and that. So that'll just have to stay, and we can't get to this either because I'm pretty certain there's a bolt on the other side now that I know how the assembly works. But the next thing that we can take off, side mirrors. Any rust? Here we go. Nice, nothing. Let's take off this side indicator now. But there's not really anything else I can take apart on this side without taking the guards off, which I'll get to at some point. We're going to focus on now getting all this chrome stripping off. But to get to that, let's take off this sun visor. did the other side. We damaged. Oop. Oh, slight dent there. Not bad. Now, this should just go pop. Like that. Beautiful. Right, so this is the third time me filming how to take off the chrome stripping without damaging it. And the reason being is because when I was filming the other side, I sounded like I was absolutely dying. And now that I'm feeling a little bit better, hopefully I can explain it a little bit easier too. So, chrome stripping on these old Valiants. The gutter sits like that, and this piece of chrome stripping is tucked up and under like that. And so what you're gonna do is, this is a tool that my dad made when he was doing up one of his other Valiants, Chrysler, sorry. And so basically it sits up and under that lip, and when you pull it back like that, what you're essentially doing, oh man, my hands aren't doing very well, good job of explaining this. So the best way to explain how this works is that this piece of chrome on these old Valiants sits in like that. And so when you get this tool, you're gonna get it up and underneath, up against that flap. There's a little lip there, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab it like that, and you're gonna give it a slide and knock it like that, and you're gonna work your way along this entire piece, and it'll eventually literally just pop out. Because what that chrome is doing is it's sitting like that, and when you get that piece of metal up behind here and you slide hammer it back, you're literally going dunk like that, and eventually you're bending it up ever so slightly. It only has to come up a tiny amount, the whole thing comes off. Let's start on something a little bit easy for you guys. We're going to start on this straight piece here. We're going to get our sliding hammer tool, sliding hammer tool up and under here, and let's give it a go. Now, you already see that this is already peeled up here pretty easily, because there's obviously not as much grip there because it's a little bit thicker because they overlap. But it's already peeled up there, so that's what we're trying to do. Work our way a hole long, that whole piece will just come up, hunky-dory. Now obviously you don't want to work all in one spot, because then you're obviously going to bend it up too much. So you're literally just working along. You can see that end bit's already really flared up, so I don't want to work on that anymore, otherwise I'll bend it. So I'm just trying to find where that lip is. It's about here. Oh, let's come up far enough now. So what's happened there is that that lip has lifted up far enough that I've got nothing to grab onto. But here, sorry, I've still got stuff to grab onto. But I don't want to work on that too much because I do not want to bend this. Let's see if we can get something happening down here. See, that already wants to come, it's super close. There you go. Done. And that is the result. Is it perfectly straight? No. But I know people who have not known that and come up and just pulled the whole piece of chrome off like that. And trying to find one of these in 2025, good luck. Now, it gets a lot more complicated when you're working with sharp corners like this. On the other side, oh God, that took me ages. So basically, what I ended up doing was really working along here and really working along here and just literally pulling it off like that. And we're gonna see if that actually still works. We'll try it again. But rust-wise, looking sweet. Like that just wants to come. Oh, yep, There we go. Yep, there we go. Oh, no. Got caught on the lip. How badly did I bend it? Oh, did I bend it? No. I think I might have kinked it a little bit, but hey. I thought I f***ed that. But we're all good. Nice. And that is also straight as a dog. Thanks to this tool. Thanks, Dad. But that is how you remove the chrome from your gutters on old cars. I really hope that you found something useful out of this video. Follow along for the restoration process. I don't know what I'm going to do next on the car. I'm going to go around, obviously, and remove all the badges and fancy stuff on the left-hand side now. But I will catch up with you guys later. God bless. Have a great day. See yous.